Hey everybody, how are you doing tonight? Welcome.
Happy Thursday night.
Glad to have you joining us for Communion Live. We're Apostles Tom and Jane Hammond here at Vision Church and Christian International, and we welcome you to Communion Live, Vision Nation. Glad to have each one of you joining us, and we're glad that God has called you to special things in this season. We know that's true, and that God's blessings are upon your life, and that the Passover blessings are upon you. That's part of what our decree is. What
all year long.
Do Communion Live for is to say that, the Passover is all about the reality of what God did as the children of Israel were coming out of cruel bondage, that God set them free. But more than that, he was dealing with his enemies and their enemy. And he had brought the Passover meal into play and the blood on the doorpost so that the enemy could not attack them or hurt them. Also, that even the judgments of God and the things that were happening would pass over them, and that God would keep them safe through the storm of all that was taking place. And then God would bring them out with a high hand, right?
That's right.
God would bring them out with an amazing blessing where they literally spoiled the Egyptians. So that's why we have Communion Live, is that we come in agreement with that reality of how God has blessed us through Christ. And so we'll be having communion in a little bit. You can always go ahead and get your communion elements prepared so that we can have the Lord's Supper. We've done it with whatever we've had to along the line in airports and different places around the world, including on the road. So you can take the elements and get those prepared. But we wanted to share a little bit with you tonight. One, we want to ask for special prayer. My dad had to take him in this morning. He was a little sick. We have, in fact, a couple of people in our church and ministry that are a little sick. And I think Pastor Greg's getting over pneumonia. Bishop has pneumonia. And so they call it walking pneumonia, I think, because you feel bad, but not bad enough that you couldn't do something. So he got all of the good things that the doctors can give him. That's great. But we know that the great physician is Jesus. So I would appreciate your prayers, if you wouldn't mind just sending up a prayer for Bishop Hammond, and that God will just strengthen him. He seemed in good spirits and seemed strong, but we know that pneumonia is not anything to play with. So anyhow, we appreciate you contending with us for him, for his strength, his health, and his life. I think we still have some platforms that are not working, and
I'm trying to look up and see
so it's a little challenge that we've been going through.
Broadcasting from. Let us know how you're watching. Let us know how you're watching this, because I'm having a little bit of a hard time getting.
We're still kind of, I think, behind the curve on getting some things verified on the different platforms again. They only seem to last so long. And maybe Pastor Anna to
dramatically
help us with that, to be able to reach people the way that we want, at least live. We can share it later on some of the platforms, but
not if it's only
appreciate
on YouTube,
you being here tonight, but I'm not seeing anybody on the feed. So
watching from YouTube. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go off for just a second, and we're going to try to figure out which. It says that our Christian International is broadcasting. Let me just.
Okay, we got a few folks that are hopping on.
No, that's all Mary. Mary is from.
Okay. Yes.
Mary
you
on YouTube from California. We will do communion for just you, Mary, if we need to. But I think that we're trying to see if perhaps there is a.
Let's see if we can hop off and get something rectified real quick.
We may have to go live from. Okay. All right. We'll be right back. Okay. Blessings.
All right. We love you guys.